Welcome in to Inside the AF1, a weekly show of Rebound Off the Net. I'm your host, Joshua Cox. Tonight we'll talk all things Arena Bowl rematch as the Albany Firebirds play the Billings Outlaws in Albany, New York this week in the Vice TV Game of the Week. We are first joined by one of my favorite players to watch so far this year. He's the fullback for the Billings Outlaws. His name is Shawn McFarland. Shawn, appreciate your time tonight, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You are known as the Boogeyman. Where did that name come from?
Just kind of came from myself. Just my last coach had a nickname called Franchise, and I was like, all right, I got to give myself one. So yeah, and I had like the number 88, so instead of the two O's, I just put the two eights in there, and it just looked cool. So I just kind of rocked with it.
Yeah, it's a great nickname. We'll start at the beginning for you. You grew up in Long Island. You played a lot of different sports, played lacrosse even, which I really liked to watch. What was it like growing up on Long Island?
Long Island has everything. We got the beaches, the city's like an hour drive away and everything. But yeah, my parents threw me into all different kinds of sports from like a young age. It's just kind of bouncing around. They're making time like with even having work and all that to make it to all these events, which I was like, how are they even doing this? But yeah, basketball, baseball, football, like you name it, I was in it.
Yeah. What was kind of your favorite sport outside of football that you played?
Outside of football, we had a great team, like the Long Island Lightning. It was like a travel baseball team. But besides that, like I only played high school basketball my senior year just because like my grades were messed up and everything from 9th through 11th. So that senior year, even though we didn't make playoffs, that was pretty dope. That was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we'll start. You started playing contact football at 4 years old. Did your parents get you to play, and how did you fall in love with football?
I feel like I fell in love with football just probably from like that first season, and I can't even remember that first season. But since I can remember, like it was just fun, just practices, game days, just getting like hot dogs after the game, hanging out with family, friends after games, teammates, all that. So yeah, it's just I can't even remember like an exact moment of like falling in love, but yeah, definitely since like probably that first game.
Yeah. You play the fullback position now. You played a lot of different positions growing up. What was your favorite position to play, and how's it been kind of navigating between playing different positions?
Favorite position was probably definitely like middle linebacker, just like being in the mix and just kind of controlling the defense, being able to hype everyone up. Like on offense, you can't really be like a vocal kind of guy. You're just stationary. You got to wait for the hype and everything. But before the play even starts, you can be, let's go, D line, get in the backfield, everything, just kind of amp everyone up. And then what was the second part?
Yeah, like how was it like navigating between like playing different positions, learning different positions?
It was fun because it gets you like to know each person's role of the game. Like even my senior year in high school, I was playing corner, and that was like 70, almost 80 pounds ago or whatever. But like that was fun, just being like one on one. And football's football at the end of the day, no matter what position you are. Besides quarterback, quarterback's definitely like something completely different. So.
Yeah, tell us a little about your college journey. You know, you started out with JUCO. You ended up at Norfolk State, which is now actually coached by Mike Vick. You were first team All-MEAC there. What kind of you were kind of a player that flew under the radar. Tell us a little bit about your journey, kind of ending high school and going into college and through college.
Yeah, so after high school, I didn't think I was going to be playing again, and then my mom introduced me to these junior college, which I thought I was when I was at Monroe in the Bronx. I thought I was there for all 4 years. I didn't even know. And then dudes on the team start talking about getting film and sending it out. And yeah, I had a couple D2 offers. And then the only D1 was in Norfolk State. And I was just like, yeah, I want to go play D1 ball. So go there and everything, do what I did what I did there. And then transferred to Tarleton, where I like eventually broke my leg like a week and a half, 2 weeks before the season started. And then played half that season, even though I should have probably redshirted. And then, yeah, started my indoor career with the Iowa Woo. And from there, sent my film out, sent it to my agents. They got it to Walk, and Coach Walk came calling me. So, and then first phone call within like the first minute, I was just like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm ready to rock.
How did you find out about the Iowa Woo, and how did the arena football come on your radar? Did you know about arena football?
Oh, like a little. I remember going to like Long Island Dragons, which they're actually like bringing it back to like a 4-team league.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to like one of their games. My dad took me when I was younger, but then yeah, didn't really even know about arena ball until I almost got the call from my agents, and they were like, "Oh, do you know how to long snap?" And I was like, "No." Well, they were like, "Well, now you do." And that's what I did every single play with the woo. It was like the craziest thing, but I was still able to go out for passes, play special teams, go and block for dudes. So that was fun. It was definitely fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of that experience last year?
Definitely just going to like the championship and almost being like the villain out there and causing other dudes to get penalties against me, and I could just bite my tongue and just let the play like do the talking. So, and just like the traveling, like when I travel with any group of guys, like I always blend in. We're always dying, laughing with each other, just cracking jokes and all that. So,
Where is the Iowa Woo in Iowa? I'm not even sure.
Waterloo, Iowa, which I never heard about there before I got there, and I never heard about Billings, Montana before I got here. So,
yeah, let's move on to Billings. You got the call from Coach Walker this season. Why was Billings a good fit, and how did you end up in Billings?
I just felt like it was a good fit. Like you always want to go somewhere that you're wanted. And right off the first phone call, he was like, "Oh, I can tell you have heart and everything." And I agreed with him. Like I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, but I'm overall like.
I think we lost Shawn. Let's see if we can get him back on. Okay. Let's see if we can get Shawn back in. I think we lost him there. I think he's going to try to go out and come back in. Let's see if we can get him back here. Okay, Shawn, you back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. Yeah, we were talking about you. How you ended up in Billings.
I'm just getting the phone call from Coach Walker, and that was like my first interest after playing for the Woo, and I was just like, yeah, let's do it. And then so I started telling all my family I'm going, and yeah, it just blended right in. Just I pull up wherever and just play for whoever wants me. So
yeah, outside of football, like Billings, Montana is a beautiful place. What's it been like, kind of outside of football, just living there in general?
I'm always with the guys, like always riding around, just listening to music. We all eat together, almost breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Driving, playing different songs on the way to practice, on the way to meals, and on the way to meetings. It's dope. All the guys on the team are pretty fun. So,
yeah, absolutely. Your team's off to the 2-0 start. You've played really well so far. You've been getting noticed around the league. How do you feel about where your team's at after 2 games?
we're definitely not satisfied, like at all. We want to almost like work to perfection, just like Coach says, and you want to like the main goal is just 1-0 every week. So there's a team that starts the season, there's a team that shows up in the middle of the season, and there's a team that ends the season, and we want to be in both those 3 phases. So,
yeah, you've been playing really well so far. How do you feel your fit has been with Billings so far on the football field on the offensive side?
oh, that's good. It's all blue collar work, so just stay low. You're going to be almost man on man almost every play, sometimes double team, but yeah, you want to be stout. You want to be a leader. You want to just handle your guy, win your one-on-one battles every play. And yeah, like even getting the ball, like I haven't got handoffs since being in high school. So that's pretty dope. And I embrace that role and I love it. Like I love having the rock in my hands. I trust myself and trust the whole line. We got a great offensive line that blocks for me. So that's good.
How did Walker end up putting you in the fullback role?
From like day one, I believe. Wow. Yeah, I think that's what I came here. I was like preparing for it. I was watching like last year's dude playing fullback, and I'll never make comparisons, but I was just like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot, and just love that role. And it's simple. If you break it down, it's very simple, but you gotta go against some big dogs and some quick dudes. So
yeah, absolutely. Been a lot of fun to watch run this year. Let's talk about Albany a little bit. You're kind of walking into a game you didn't play in last year, but is a big rivalry and one that Steve Titus and Walker both want to win for sure. What do you think about walking into this game? And has this week felt different for you?
Oh, no, it's just the same preparation every week, just film and catching tendencies, and you just want to go 1-0 every week. And it's like this the same mindset. It's not that it's another game. We know like the spotlight's on this game and everything, but yeah, you just want to do your job. Everyone just has a job to do, and you got to do it. You got to do it at the end of the day if you want to win. So whether offense, defense, special teams, whenever your name is called, you got to show up.
Absolutely, yeah. I know you all watched film on Albany. What are some of the things you've kind of taken away from the field, and what are going to be some of the keys to beating Albany on the road this weekend in a tough place to play?
I feel like in any game, it comes down to turnovers. Like in arena ball, it's a 14-point swing if you turn that ball over one time. So, yeah, you want to limit turnovers. You want to limit penalties, offsides, personal fouls. You just want to play a clean game, a hard-fought game and a clean game at the same time. So if we do that, our chances of winning are pretty high.
Absolutely. Man, I appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck this week. It's been a lot of fun to watch you play, and I look forward to watching you play Sunday night.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. I appreciate it.
Yeah. See you, man.
Yes, sir.
That was Billings Outlaws fullback Shawn McFarland, one of the key stars in the league this year. He's been a lot of fun to watch play. So look forward to seeing him play on Sunday night. We will momentarily be joined by Damon Ware here in just a moment. Albany is 9.5-point favorites this week at home. We'll talk about our picks here in just a little bit. Corpus also plays at Washington this week, and Salina and Southwest Kansas play for the first time. So going to be some good games this weekend, and looking forward to it, especially headlined by the Albany and Billings game this week, as Billings beat Albany Billings beat Albany both times last year, but they have not played Albany yet. So it's going to be a tough place to play for the Billings. First game going to Albany this year with almost a brand new team, just a few guys that stayed the same from last year, but basically a brand new team. So we are going to have Coach Damon Ware on momentarily. Looking forward to having him on here. We'll be back in just a moment. We are now joined by the head coach and the general manager of the 3-0 Albany Firebirds, Mr. Damon Ware. Coach Ware, it's great to have you on, man.
Yeah, good to be back on. Tired, but getting ready for a good game this weekend.
Yeah, you're off to a 3-0 start. I know in Albany that's expected, but how do you feel about your team's start to this season and where this football team is at right now?
We've got a great group of young men, all playing very hard, all holding each other accountable, taking the coaching. So again, we feel we're in a good spot. Obviously, being 3-0 is important, but again, we've got a big test this weekend, and that'll really let us know where we are in the season.
Absolutely, yeah. After you all blew out Southwest Kansas a couple weeks ago, I texted a few people and I said we should just go ahead and just ship the trophy to Albany. I know you were tested in Nashville a couple weeks ago, but just from a pure talent standpoint, I feel like you're significantly better than anybody in the league. Do you agree? And do people need to raise their roster levels around the league?
I mean, I don't too much worry about what other people think. I can't get too high or low about what other people think about our football team. I know how hard we work. I know how hard my coaching staff works, and I know, again, just how good of a football team we have. So I'll let the media people kind of decipher what they think about us. But right now, we're just focused on Billings and hopefully getting a win here at home.
Absolutely. Yes, Sam Castronova, he's been as good as advertised for you all this year. What's it been like being able to coach him again? Because you coached him a couple of years ago. And what do you think his play's been like so far this season?
Yeah, Sam is coming to his own, and it's a perfect time for us to be back together. Obviously, we took him from a very young quarterback and won a championship with him. He's gone on to have a couple other stops, and but he's a New York kid, and again, we've always wanted to be back together, and this season was the right time to make it happen. So Sam's playing at a high level. He's doing a bunch of special things. He's great with the ball in his hands. Running and passing, he's just an outstanding athlete, and so he's running the offense very well, being a great leader for us, and holding guys accountable. And so that's what you need from your signal caller. So we're real excited about what he can do the rest of the season.
Absolutely, he's been a lot of fun to watch this year. Where do you think you're at on the defensive side of the ball right now? I know you talked about it in the Albany Times Union a couple of weeks ago. Where do you think you're at right now?
We're getting better, but we're getting close. And, we've been known for offense around here in the capital region, and we want to be known for defense as well. Our young coaches are doing a great job. Again, I say a line, it's facts over opinions. And again, you got to get the facts on the film. And so our defense is doing a great job of getting turnovers, getting after quarterbacks right now. And so I'm super excited about the development, our defenses looked since I've been around here. And again, we're just going to keep getting better. And again, we're really a second half team. Going into the locker room again, we do a great job of making adjustments and getting ready for the second half. And I don't think there's anybody that's played better in the second half than we have.
Absolutely. Is there any way you can get off to better starts in the first half? I know you the last couple of weeks, Nashville, Salina got off to kind of slow starts. Was that just a matter of fact of being on the road and long travel, or what? How can you get off to better starts?
Yeah, when you travel and especially again, it's not like we're flying private jets, so we're flying commercial and getting 30 people on a plane and getting them all over the, especially here in the capital region. It's a little tricky getting from place to place. And so, we're on the road again. It takes some considerable travel. And so I haven't worried a bit. I let people think that we're starting off slow. I think we're just getting warmed up. And again, if you've seen how we've played in the second half of both games, again, it's hard to argue that we're up for any task that's put in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get to the game now. Billings beat you all twice last year, including the Arena Bowl. Do these next two games mean more than just the average regular season game? And do you all have revenge on your mind?
I mean, not necessarily do they mean any more. I mean, every game that comes in front of us, we want to win. And so, but like I said, there's always that little bit of feeling, just the way that last year went and just some of the hardships of the games and what we went through and through the course of those games. So we definitely, I joke with Coach Walker, right before the season is just make sure you guys are undefeated when we play each other. And we've been able to make that happen. And Coach Walker does a great job with his team. Again, I don't take him lightly at all. He's a great coach. They've got great ownership. They're a great organization, just like we are. And so at the end of the day, this is another game. This is our fourth game of the season, and we expect to be 4-0 when we leave that game.
Absolutely, yeah. You got Dwayne Brown, who played for Billings last year. He's your star wide receiver now. Is there any insight he can give you into Billings from being there last year? Or is that kind of overblown for former players being able to give you insight into their former team?
We don't much worry it. We run a really different football team. And so, what others do really isn't on our mind. It's what we can do to others that really is the focal point of our week. And so we play in a way that we want to dictate the tempo on both sides of the ball. So again, we'll let Billings worry about us, not us worry about them.
When you look at the Billings team, what challenges you see across the board and what's it going to take? What are the keys to kind of beating Billings this weekend?
Yeah, well, one, they've got great coaches. You look at Coach Hippert and Coach Walker, again, just, two guys that have been around the block. So, again, they're going to be well coached. They're going to, have some good schemes in place. But, again, and these teams are really different. And it's not, if we had exact teams that we had last year, I think it'd mean a little bit more as far as a rival or revenge and all those things. But I think they've only got 3 guys from last year's team. I think we've got 8. So, there's a lot of turnover. And so their young quarterback's doing a great job. Braden Wingle, he's doing a phenomenal job the first 2 games. And it's, again, this is a tough game to have a rookie be a starter. And so Coach Hibbert's doing a great job with him. Cedric Thomas, their safety, that was there last year. He did a great job last year. He's doing a great job this year. McFarland obviously rumbling and scoring 5 touchdowns the first game. That's big and got a big head start. And, we're known for running the ball. So, again, that's a big lead for him to get 5 rushing touchdowns. But overall, again, they're just a hard-nosed football team that's well coached. And again, we're going to be the same. And, again, it's just going to make, the best man wins.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of odd situation next couple of weeks. I'm an NBA fan, so this happens in NBA some, but you're going to play Billings back-to-back weeks. Is that ideal from a scheduling perspective, and what advantages and challenges does that present?
I think it's phenomenal. Being that it's the AF1 and it's the first year, I think this is phenomenal. I think it gives our fans exactly what they want to see, and I think it's going to build a lot of excitement around the league. And so, from that perspective, again, I like how it's kind of fallen in place. And again, it'll be two really good games right in the middle of the season for all the fans to see, and really for people to see really what the AF1 is all about. So I think from that perspective, it's perfect for this year and this year probably only. But yeah, there's going to definitely be challenges. It's, what game plans do you put in game one versus game two? And you just got to be careful that you can't, put all the bullets in your gun and shoot all of them, because like I said, you need to come back the next week, obviously, and play another football game. And so, that's going to be the chess match within the game is just us, how we're going to attack each other in the first game versus how we do in the second game. So I'm really looking forward to this. I love the good chess match. And so again, this is going to be a really exciting time.
Absolutely. Your first time getting to play Billings at home, you all played them in Billings, and then you all played them at the mall last year. What are you expecting as far as turnout from the flock? What's it going to be like being able to play Billings at home for the first time in front of your fans?
Yeah, we're a Saturday night team. Our biggest crowds come out on Saturday night. And so, it's always tough when you get these national TV games when they put them on Sunday nights. But we really do think there'll be a good crowd out there. Again, Billings hasn't been in an environment like ours. And so I'm not sure they're going to be ready for just how our fans are and that Capital Region hospitality. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, just how they take that for 4 quarters. But, super exciting just for our fan base to get the first shot at home. I mean, it's been a long road since the championship game, but like I said, we're two different football teams, and right now, again, we're just focused on going 1-0 this week.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're looking forward to watching it this week, Coach. I got you covering the 9.5 point spread and winning by 14, so make me look like I know what I'm talking about. We appreciate the time tonight, Coach.
Awesome. Enjoyed being on again, and let's talk after the game.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
All righty.
Okay, appreciate the time tonight, guys. We're going to go over our picks really quick before we get all out of here. We have, as I said, Albany minus 9.5 this week, and we also have Corpus minus 8.5 at Washington. We'll get the Salina Southwest Kansas game when the line gets up. We'll get that out. Appreciate the time tonight. Thanks for listening. Thanks to our guests tonight. It's going to be a great game Sunday night. See you all next week.